Listen, I think that your logic's flawed, and I'll let you make a point. No problem. Let's hear it.
I think your logic's flawed, but I don't feel the need to interrupt you.
Oh, you interrupted me? Okay, sorry. No, you interrupted me? Yeah, I'm sorry. Go. No. You want to keep interrupting me? You want to talk about something else?
Like, you've been on a lot of like conspiracy lately. Government shit.
Well, I mean, trying to avoid it, yeah.
Trying to avoid it?
I mean, I don't want to, it's hard once you start trying to pick this stuff apart because it's kind of opaque and difficult to suss out what's going on. I mean, it's interesting, but it's hard to, it's hard to suss out what reality is, you know?
Yeah.
What do you think about everything that's going on? You got any hot takes?
With what?
I mean, I'm trying to keep my head down and make money, to be honest.
Well, submit me and then I'll argue about it later.
He's kind of like, we're doing a political show series type thing, that Sam Hyde show. I did that Dear Elon video.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's fucking scary and confusing. Everything's like...
Yeah, but so if you're saying you're trying to keep your head down and make money, then how do you even talk about politics?
I don't know.
Because it's like...
Wait, no, as I understand it, Sam, you are a very political guy. Everybody warned me that you have a very political stance, I don't know. They said, don't hang out with you.
Who they said that about him?
Everybody did. Yeah, they're like, oh, no, I'm doing all that. I was like, oh, shit, I got to see who this guy is. That's pretty awesome. Obviously, you're saying something shocking and avant-garde I don't know about because I didn't research it. But if you want to address that, that would be helpful.
Just I don't think white people should go extinct.
I see where you're at.
What do you mean, bro? That's not our choice exactly. What do you want to do? You want to go Elon Musk some cum at every girl that you see? You got a breeding fetish? I'm asking, seriously.
What's the
I don't understand.
Solution to white genocide?
What do you mean genocide, bro? People ebb and flow a million years. We're all the same. We just have different skin tone, whatever.
I would disagree.
I mean, look, genes are expressed in a variety of ways, but you're not so different from the man sitting next to you. This racially ambiguous Indian, Mexican, who knows?
Filipino.
Looks so Asian.
Exactly,
Yeah.
bro.
Asian.
Filipino.
All right. So you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't even know what this guy is. So
That's awesome.
Do you think that he doesn't have?
Yeah. I mean, all the time people tell me like, "Oh, yeah, you're racially ambiguous." I'm like, "Oh, that's
well, not with that you're racially ambiguous, but do you think that race doesn't matter and that everybody's the same?
Nah, I don't think that everyone's the same.
Sometimes, yeah, I be thinking like, man, those people should not be together. So,
They should not be together?
yeah, like I'll see like, I don't know, man.
Wow, Azure, the A6 with your 5 summer, buddy.
I don't know.
Let it rip, bro.
I mean, like I'll see like a black guy with a white girl. I'm like, no.
Why?
But if I see like a white guy with a black chick, I'm like,
Wow. You know what? He likes the underdog story.
Yeah.
I get it. All right. Now, at first I thought you were racist. Now you're just like romantic. I get it.
yeah. You're racist a little bit.
I mean, look, it's a natural right that people are racist. Like, you want to argue with that? Like, look, it kept you safe for a billion years, right? But the reality is, we got to punch that out of our own head because I don't think that it benefits society or humanity as a whole to like think like this. They have to segregate each other. You know, let the chips fall where they may, I think.
And just breed till everybody's the same color?
Yeah, it's going to happen eventually. One day, if we have enough, like Futurama, we can just go to Hong Kong. It's going to be homogenized eventually.
Or we just turn into robots.
Yeah,
So I would disagree, but that's all. That's all I disagree with.
Yeah, I get it. Now, listen, you have your right to disagree. I don't think that people should cancel you for that or whatever they call it.
People trying to cancel you?
I think they should cancel me for that. It's a threat.
Oh, what are you trying to eradicate the other races?
No.
Bro, you're sitting next to this guy. Don't you tour with this kid? Jesus Christ, the Filipinos don't deserve to live. We're taking out all the Filipinos.
Who said Filipinos don't deserve to live? What do you?
No, I thought that's what you said.
Why would you think?
Because they lived on an island and they all had to hump in the island.
But what does that have to do with
Spanish guys,
what does that have to do with anything I said?
I think it's kind of beautiful, the Philippines. They have the best looking people. They're very friendly. They like to sing karaoke.
You can't lie, this is funny to me.
No, I didn't know we were going to do.
You said something about karaoke?
The hell yeah, get down.
Yeah,
Get down. I bet this guy knows at least 2 songs.
Filipinos invented that.
Really?
Yeah, they did. They're really good at, yeah, that's why they sing so fucking good. And they're really good at pool too. I just started playing pool. I'm like, I'm kind of good at this.
Is Bruno Mars Filipino?
I think so.
Yeah.
He likes crystal meth.
He likes crystal meth?
Who's
I didn't know that.
is this guy over here? Is this Mayhem? Is that who the guy is?
He's up to something.
My mom smokes crystal meth.
Wait.
right, well,
How do you know he smokes crystal meth?
I just heard about it.
Did you see how deaf this, bro? I stole it. That's because my dad.
I think it's from the pipe, you know?
He's a former MMA fighter and insane person.
God.
That's a pretty cool podcast.
So you've been divisive lately then.
There's a concerted effort to make white people feel like they shouldn't exist. And I think some of what we do, not all of it. I don't like to be overtly political. I'd rather be funny than be overtly political. Yeah. But some of what we do is a pushback against that, and that's kind of where it ends. It's not like an I'm definitely not anti-Filipino.
Oh, that's a shame.
But it's not really an
I was hoping we were just going to
anti-anybody sentiment.
I was
It's just
hoping
a
that this
pro,
was like
like
the final
if you're white,
season,
have some self-esteem type sentiment. If you're white, you should have self-esteem. Like you shouldn't think that your race should be obliterated off the face of the earth. Which is a lot of
great self-esteem. I don't feel like they're trying to kill us or trying to get rid of us.
So your case is a little different. You believe that people are all the same and that race is only skin deep. It's just
It's
color.
not a skin deep. It's cultural. Yeah, of course, we're all different.
Yeah, but
I'm
you're
saying we're
wrong.
not so
Bro,
far away
you're
where we have
wrong.
to genocide people or something.
You're wrong.
I don't know where your logic goes. Okay, we gotta stop talking to the kids I coach that are black or something. Or
said that?
I cannot.
Who said
I
that?
can't date a girl
I
with a
trained
race.
at a black gym. Who said anything about
That's what I'm saying. So all right, fine. But what are you saying? You're just saying that.
That's what I'm trying to ask.
I don't feel bad about being white. I'm just saying I'm a white guy. I don't feel bad about being
You're saying an end result 50 years from now, something like that, where everybody's the same color, which means that white genetics, which are recessive.
white.
Sam is purposely mask on here, right? He's not mask on. He's just being endlessly pedantic because this guy, for as wacky as he seems to have he's arguing this. I didn't expect a guy that sounds like this to say the word homogenized. I don't know how else to put this. I don't know how else to say this. So Sam might be a little bit intimidated to wheel out his actual arguments. But remember what I said before. Sam is actually playing directly into the neo-Nazi kind of stereotype argument dialogue trees that I talked about before, where you can never tell a neo-Nazi, oh, you want to eliminate all this race, or oh, you hate these people. They'll say, whoa, actually, I don't want to eliminate anybody. I think I love people so much. I think they should all have their own spaces. I don't want to kill all the blacks. I just want them to enjoy their space in Africa like we enjoy our space in Europe and America. And I don't think we shouldn't talk to anybody like that. I think we should all talk to each other a ton. And that's why I don't want to erase all the races and make us all one brown race. Sam's just playing that game endlessly instead of actually expanding on anything he believes. Although maybe they'll get into it. I don't know.
No.
Can I finish, bro?
Yeah, sure.
If you're interested, you don't have. Let's talk
Sorry,
about
man.
Pokemon.
Sorry.
No, let's talk about video games or something. If you're not interested.
Like he's super triggered. It's so disappointing. Sam has got like the most, or I guess it's better if someone else figures it out than me, I guess. Sam has a very coherent understanding of like kind of the new, like the kind of like the neo-Nazi, or I don't like calling it neo-Nazi. I don't know, something else. This new kind of like white identitarian stuff. He does a good job at putting it out in his videos, but man, he seems like he has a really hard time defending it in real life, I guess. I don't know. Maybe he's got the dialogue trees and some of the points down, but he can't actually defend them if you have to push a little bit past the level 1.
Nah, come on, white boy.
Are you interested?
Listen, I'm listening to you. Come on.
You're interested in me.
Excuse me, I didn't know you were making this entire theorem, but go ahead. You're saying that.
It's not an entire theorem. It's just one point.
Go ahead, man.
I want to hear it.
Right now.
If you don't want to, listen, I think that your logic's flawed, and I'll let you make a point. No problem.
Let's hear it.
I think your logic's flawed, but I don't feel the need to interrupt you.
Fine.
Because it doesn't need to be.
Excuse me, you're right.
This type of like meta break, people have done this to me a ton. And I see people do this all the time where it's like, okay, well, prove. You were saying that 1 + 1 = 3? Yes. Let me explain how 1 = Okay, that sounds crazy. Oh, you interrupted me? Okay, sorry. Explain. No, you interrupted me? Yeah, I'm sorry. Go. No. You want to keep interrupting me? You want to talk about something else? No. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Oh, no, we can talk about something else if you want. We don't have to talk about 1 + 1 = 3. Like, okay, bro, just say your shit. Jesus. This like kind of weird like meta macroing of the conversation where like, well, we can talk about video games. Like that Sam's been doing for the past minute is like massive insecurity, in my opinion, on the part of the arguer, I think. Yeah.
It doesn't need to be an antagonistic thing, bro.
Like he's,
But it is, because it goes contrary to my entire worldview that, human beings are just all trying to get by. Like we're not, it's like you're making a gamify where, oh, there's never going to be white people. Yeah, dude, you definitely will have, any kid you have is going to have a light skin hue, even if it's with a black girl. So there you go. You got your piece of the genetic pie. But why? Like, what are you angry about?
Why do you think I'm not angry?
Okay.
You didn't seem angry.
No, you don't.
like, yeah, I'm not angry. I'm not this. I'm not that. I'm not this. I'm not that. The lav debate tactics. There's got to be a name for this. Do we have a name for this?
I'm angry, but it seems like the logic is, oh no, white people are not going to exist, but we will.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
But why is this something that touches a nerve for you?
Because
Oh, and the immediate pivot, the immediate deflection. Sam must have the arguments for this, right? Or
I think that it's more important that ideas move forward throughout time. Like not necessarily.
Sam Hyde is a theater kid at heart. He performs the neo-Nazi stuff well if he's unchecked. He can't really debate because he can't set up his dominoes unchecked. Maybe, I guess. It's so annoying not to be able to see people have, just to be able to have conversations about the things they believe in, I guess. I don't know.
Necessarily your genes. As a martial arts coach, I love that I do some moves that live my art, that show my art, and it lives on when I'm long gone and dead.
That's cool.
Yeah. So to me, but not so much I got to jizz on every girl that I see because, oh no, that's what I just have a different mentality. But why does it not let you get?
Why does it make you angry though that I have this mindset that's different from yours?
I'm not angry about it. I'm just vehemently opposed to this mindset. It seems divisive. And here in Los Angeles, we're going through a divisive time right now where it's like hating each other for, oh man, look at the melanin in his face. Or look at his mom is smoking crystal meth. I hate her.
She's cool.
Okay. She does mean very.
No, let's hear this though.
Yeah,
I want to
so-
hear your perspective.
I would disagree with you. To me, the idea is that people of different cultures and races, they are unique, and I believe that people that look like me and share my genetics, I believe they have a right to carry on their legacy, their lineage into the future. And I don't think that needs to be a hateful thing or a divisive type thing or something where it means that we're better than somebody else, anything like that. I just think that we have a right to exist. White people do.
Right. So in you saying that or I'm assuming that you're making that point out of some sort of effort for that to not happen.
I think that's I would like to contribute to it not happening. Yeah.
Right. But so you're assuming your point is basically saying that there's another side, something or someone.
Oh yeah. There are many. I mean, so life is a competition for scarce resources, and there are different types of there's different ways to wage warfare and to do invasion, and some of these ways are passive, like outbreeding people. It doesn't even require malicious intent from another group. If you have two distinct groups, I mean, you see this in nature all the time, where there's one that has either a K or an R type breeding strategy, whatever. Like they just people have higher fertility, and those groups come up against each other. The group with higher fertility, if they're not like actively fighting, just wins out.
Different races of humans do not have K and R selection. It refers to like entire groups of species. Like, do you have like 1 million babies and to hope that some survive, or do you have high investment offspring? All human beings follow the mating strategy of high investment offspring. There are no is it K selected, or like where there's a human that can pump out 1 million babies and hope that some survive. But okay, should have read a few more paragraphs deep into that wiki page. But
for the resources in that area, and the group that has lower fertility loses out. So it's partly a natural thing, and then there are also people who do this by design, that want to see white people going by design, and so they're doing stuff to like manufacture this result.
Like moving out to Utah and having 8 wives, and then you get a bunch of Mormon kids.
oh no,
good strategy.
But so where do you think that's coming from then? Like you said, obviously naturally, that's a thing that happens naturally, and there's people with higher fertility rates in certain places in the world.
Yeah. So where do you think the manufactured part is coming from?
Yeah.
So there's an interesting thing that if you see this is just one example, but if you have a diverse workplace and you're like a big corporation, one of the byproducts of having a diverse workplace of like multiracial people working for your company is that there's less group cohesion. People tend to ask for raises less, and people tend to want to unionize less, and they kind of just keep their heads down and mind their own business when there's no like homogeneity. How do you say it?
Homogeny?
No,
homogeneity.
Homogeneity.
Well,
in
you
that
have
group.
this Filipino guy, right?
I think it's homogeneity, right? And heterogeneity? Heterogeneous? I don't know. I mix these words up too all the time.
Here, for instance, if we were all on a mission and we had a karaoke machine, who the hell would run this thing? Mayhem's not doing it. I don't know how to fucking work that. You got it?
My white ass?
But
I got it.
I might be able to run.
It's got to be Damien.
look, you just disproved your theorem
Good
right there
electronics.
with a guy you can tour with.
Also kind of look Filipino too.
Really?
But there's
Different ethnic groups do have different fertility rates, though, right? No. There's that people might have different amounts of children, but I'm not aware of any like ethnic group of people having a substantively different ability to create children. I don't think, I just don't, I'm sorry, hold on. I'm about to get triggered. I think you guys are just fucking retarded, but that's fine. When people, there are some species whose goal is to have like, I think bunnies do this. Like they have so many kids. I'm pretty sure the fucking mom like eats half the kids when they're born. Like some species will have dozens or 100. Like the goal is just make so many fucking kids, at least enough survive in order to pass on more children. R versus K selection, this is a theory also, it's not like this is 100%. It's not like the difference between like, oh, that person had 3 kids and that person had 8 kids, right? It's like, it's the difference between like this person has 1 child at most every year and this thing has like 15 kids in a litter. It's a completely and totally different thing. If somebody wants to talk about different races having different amounts of kids, and they're talking about like the fertility of races, or they bring up RK selection, this guy is on way too deep into some 4chan board or on some crazy shit. I've never heard of, unless there are some rare diseases that might affect some people, I'm not aware of any inbuilt fertility difference to any different race of people. These things are all cultural things. Get triggered.
wow. But like
Italian or something?
Yeah. Yeah, you know that.
corporations though, they want cheap labor, and they want labor that's not going to complain. Yeah. So that's like an easy first level thing for like who wants to bring Mexicans, Indians into this country. It's these companies that want like Mexican laborers or Indian H-1B tech people so that they can pay them nothing and keep them here like slaves.
And you think that's part of this?
That's one of the layers of this, like who's pulling the strings? Why are they trying to get rid of?
You're damn dead right about that, Sam Hyde.
Just
This strategy is employed in a lot of different businesses where you get, labor either unskilled, the guy, the normal, Mexican guy at the chicken plant, right? Or tech jobs, Indian guys. I know you're famous hiring Indian guys, huh?
Yeah, all the time.
And
Asian pregnancies last 4 months. I heard that Catholics were able to have babies like every 7 months, but that's part of the reason why, especially in the Northeast, part of the reason why is because lumber was so scarce when they were having children, they would actually use the extra babies to feed their fire pits. And that's why so many houses in the Northeast still have them to this day.
Got mad.
He's a smart guy, this guy.
You have a bunch of Indian hires?
No. Oh.
But listen, no, I saw this one time. No. Anyway, but he's right. The HB, what is it?
H-1B.
Ooh. The visas, yeah.
These smart guys, hey, you better work in this code. If you don't write this code, guess what? I'm going to pull your papers.
And
Guess what?
they're
You're back to
reminded.
India.
Yeah, they have
Back to, yep.
they have to accept like working conditions or they go back to India.
I know jobs
That's
could be on American coders, but yeah, this is an interesting thing.
What do you think the point of it is, though? Like of your overarching idea of like the white genocideness.
Just curious, why do you think Sam is flailing here? Is he being ironic or acting like he's dumbfounded or a bit irritated by Mayhem challenging him? I think that unfortunately what happens is I think that people learn dialogue trees, or they learn, like I said before, you learn like discrete facts. And when you learn things discreetly and you don't practice using them in a conversation, there's something to be said for being able to dynamically, I don't just say these words randomly, okay? I say these words, I mean, there's something to be said for being able to dynamically engage with something in an integrated fashion. So when I say dynamically engage, I mean, can you prompt me, can you say something to me with different words or in a different way, and I can still access the relevant idea, okay? And then can I engage with the conversation? Can I assemble an answer in my head and then give you that answer back in a way that is responsive to your prompt, okay? And then as we have this conversation, can I like integrate the things that you're saying, like put them into the knowledge in my head and then continue to generate response in a way that makes sense. This is like a skill that you have to develop, right? Debating, I guess, or conversing about a given topic. And some people either aren't good at that or don't practice it or whatever, but it's a very different thing than just doing the YouTuber video essay thing.
I think that white people resist tyranny when they have.
And in my opinion, I feel like the neo-Nazi stuff is very akin to flat eartherism, to where if you're well versed in it, I don't think an ordinary person should ever be able to win a debate against you, right? Because the surface level stuff for the neo-Nazi stuff is, in my opinion, is very hard to argue against. Different race is not just skin deep. Different ethnicities of people. The phenotype is not just the way that you appear, it's the way that you act. That's why we see totally different cultures emerge from totally different parts of the world. In Europe, where a lot of Europeans look similar, a lot of similar cultures have emerged. In Asia, where a lot of people look similar, their culture is similar. In India, they have their culture. In America, we have our culture. When you import people from other places, they don't just bring their skin color, they bring their culture. It's detrimental to white people, etc. Like there's a whole line of argumentation you go down there. But it feels like Sam isn't able to do that dynamically. He has to just, I guess the guy in chat said set up the dominoes. He's like, okay, let me remember my script. This sort of feels like at least
sort of white genocideness.
I think that white people resist tyranny when they have racial cohesion, when they have like early Americans. I think there's a thread of like anti-government, anti-authoritarian, like pro-freedom of speech. I think white people tend to be the most outspoken for stuff like freedom of speech, and that's why they got to be one reason why they got to go.
Interesting. I mean, that's why America started, essentially.
Bunch of fired up white people.
They were like, these taxes and shit, we're out here.
Yep.
Yeah. So how long has it been a part of something that you think about or that you are interested in?
I mean, over 10 years. This is why our first show got canceled, is because I wouldn't shut my mouth about this type of stuff.
It got canceled on which platform?
Adult Swim.
Oh, it was canceled from a network?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
So you had a show and on other content you were talking about it, and then they canceled the show.
Yeah, we did the show. We had one sketch. There was a music video called Jews Rock.
Since the beginning of recorded history, the white man's been coming up with technologies, cultures, civilizations worth keeping, worth saving, worth giving a damn about.
What happened to your boulder, Goy?
I don't know. I wasn't looking. Next thing I knew, boulder's gone. I guess I'm a stupid Goy. You're white.
Yeah. And the only lyrics were Jews Rock. And they saw this. They saw like we had at the time we had a subreddit which was it wasn't outwardly super racist, but it was just like a free speech, anything goes type subreddit where just people are talking.
Right. What was the subreddit?
It was our $1 Million Extreme subreddit.
Okay.
And they told us if you shut your subreddit down, there's a chance we'll let you stay on the air. And I knew as soon as you start apologizing for anything, it just makes you, they want you more and more powerless, and they want you to like be a lapdog basically. So
the contention was that it was anti-Semitic, because this is what I heard about you. That's the only thing I heard. It was that this guy's anti-Semitic. So
that was part of it.
Are you or?
So my recollection at the time is it wasn't this necessarily that got him in trouble. I thought it was or did this phone call come after? Oh no, this might have come after. But I think he was saying weird stuff behind the scenes as well. Like a lot of people were getting an inkling that It wasn't just memes, I think. I think this is a phone call in reaction to the cancellation. This is what caused it, but
correct. And it's something that would have flown, 10 years ago, it would have been fine. It's
Okay.
stuff.
Well, I'm sorry, dude. I've had shows canceled. Everyone gets shows canceled. You can feel bad about it. Pick yourself up.
I'm blacklisted. I'm not canceled. I'm blacklisted. You know what that means, right?
Well, listen, this is not my fault. This is not my fault, Sam. Okay.
All right.
Nothing to do with it. This is
I hope you enjoy life.
Okay.
Damn,
I try to enjoy my back is killing me. Like I said, I've gained a lot of weight. I've got my daughter has a cold right now. So I'm not walking on clouds every day.
Dude, I can't afford health insurance. What the fuck are you talking about? Your back hurts. Get my show back.
Okay, I'm going to get your show back, Sam.
All right.
Well, geez, be careful out there. Jesus Christ.
I thought it'd be here. Am I crazy? At some point in this phone call, doesn't he outright just say that Jews got his show canceled? I'm trying to remember what
He didn't leave anything. He didn't have any shows there.
He left because they weren't buying the shows. They stopped because they were
Okay.
weird. A dinner in America is weird. It's uncomfortable to watch. It's not funny. It's not insightful.
Okay.
Nobody is all.
All righty then. Sounds good. Very well said. All right. Very interesting.
Was it a BuzzFeed call? Oh, I don't remember which one it was. I just remember the phone call that I heard. It was a phone call that he had in relation to. It might have been maybe it was him being asked about he donated $5,000 to the Daily Stormer, and it was an interview about that. But it was the first time I'd heard a phone call of him, and I was like, oh wait, is this guy actually anti-Semitic? I don't think he was I don't think he was a full-on neo-Nazi yet, but I don't know. I'm too loose about it. Somebody go find it.
Or you're not.
Yeah.
Destiny has such a hate boner, LOL. If you think that I have a hate boner for Sam, this is the most honest commentary you will ever get from somebody who disagrees with his ideology. I am probably the only person online of my political persuasion, or maybe of any political persuasion, that has given a fair shake and has spent a substantial amount of time debating these people. So if you think that I have a hate boner, you have so much neo-Nazi shoved down your throat and up your ass simultaneously that they are meeting together in the middle, like Michelangelo's painting of God, with the tips touching and exploding the middle of your body, okay, with white isolationist. You're so pathetic, all right? I'm being as dispassionate and as factual as I can on this, okay? I haven't screamed at him. I'm not just calling him racist or whatever. I'll deal with what he says at face value, but don't get ass pained over it, okay?
Yeah, no, I am. Yeah.
Oh, you're anti-Jew.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so this is a bold statement.
Not
You're anti-Zionist.
Not in a way where I see a Jewish person. I'm friends with Harley, but I'm not anti every Jewish person that I meet. But they're definitely in positions of power where they're exercising their power in a way
To get rid of the white people.
that is definitely unfair and unjust. Yeah.
They worked their way up to that position, though. These guys, invented Hollywood, right? They're clever, and
They did invent
I
Hollywood,
think
yeah.
Jewish people are smart.
They're clever. They have.
but that's no reason to hate them. That's like player hating.
No, it's not. I'm not saying I hate them because they're good at Hollywood.
No, but what do you hate them for then?
Well, they're sort of at the upper echelon. Is it echelon or echelon? Echelon. They're at the upper echelon of academia, finance, politics in this country.
So shouldn't white people earn that the way they did?
If you want to live in La La Land, sure, but it's
like
they should be at the top. They should be at the top of those industries in Israel.
But you believe in meritocracy, I assume, right?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. So then, but you think you're a comedian, so if you'd be funnier than everyone else, they'll book you everywhere else.
I am funnier than everyone else, and they don't book me anywhere, and I don't care because I don't believe in meritocracy.
Oh, hilarious.
That's not funny. I believe in power.
So you don't mind saying that you're anti-Semitic?
It doesn't make me feel good. I don't want to be. I'm not a hateful person. I don't want to see anybody suffer, and I'm not but I'm not whatever. But look at what they're doing, bro. Do you think?
It's I just feel like it's so stupid. Oh man, I'm gonna become a pro-Palestinian neo-Nazi someday. I'm just gonna have all these arguments. Why would you say why are you calling me anti-Semitic? I'm not anti-Semitic. I'm fine with Jewish people. I just wish they wouldn't try to destroy white people, right? The same way that I wouldn't call Nat Turner and his friends racist against whites for rebelling because they were slaves. I wouldn't call myself anti-Semitic for being against Jews who are controlling, right? You can go down these lines of dialogue without giving up. There's a special hatred in my heart for people that do YouTube videos but can't have conversations about the things they believe in. Okay, it triggers the fuck out of me.
What do you think about it, man?
About which part?
They're actually, dude. How much money do you make?
I make a good amount of money. You make a ton of money in taxes.
You
make like 10 million a year, more than that?
I mean, I don't really share it, but
you're paying what, like 5 million in taxes?
I pay a lot of money.
So do you know that money is going to pay for genocide?
Is that tax deductible?
Is what tax
deductible? I mean, it is if you're Boeing or Lockheed Martin or something. But you and I are both paying for people to be genocided.
Yeah, it's
and listen. This is the thing. If somebody punches you in the face, that's an immediate wrong against you that's tangible, and you know that this person means you harm, and it's not, they're not good, right? Like that's in your, it's right there, it's happening, it's tangible. If I abstract away the immediacy of a fist in your face and like physical violence happening to you right now, and I make it, let's just say I make it so that the currency that you trade, by the way, do you know what you trade for money? You trade your time, which is your life's blood.
Right.
So to some people, money's the root of all evil. Like I understand that. Money's like gambling, cryptocurrency. There are parasitic ways to make money. But if you're a regular person, if you're working your ass off, if you have more than one job, if you have a family to feed, you're trading your time and your life's blood, your energy, what you have, what you've been given here on this earth, everything that you've been given, you're trading it for money so that you can use it to pay for rent, food, shelter, whatever, everything else, right?
Why is it?
And so if I make it so that this thing you trade your life's blood for is worth half as much by printing more of it, by directly taxing you, the twin grist mills of taxation and inflation, I'm stealing from you your life. I am vampirically stealing from you your life. Is that worse than a punch in the face?
I think it's the worst thing you could do.
Okay, so there we go.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to take that money and use it to like drop white phosphorus on people.
I guess my only question I have to that is like, do you think that's just an Israel thing, or is that also our government?
No, it's certainly, I mean, our government and Israel are probably so intertwined that it would be like, you know, it would be a Herculean effort to try to unlace them. But no, that's a tendency.
Because it's not just a Jewish thing.
No, for sure. It's people in positions of power who get there parasitically, and people who want power for power's sake, which is, these people are all drug addicts. If you see the who's the Zelensky? He's always on coke. But every world leader, people that aspire to that level of like you aspire to be a media person. Imagine if your aspirations were 100 times stronger than they are, and you need to be the most powerful person in the world. These are like cokehead of cokeheads, like the top level.
You think they're all just doing coke?
Yeah, they are. Really? No, because political.
Was the Zelensky Coke meme? Was that originally about Zelensky, or was that about Macron? Is he mixing them up, or is there another meme about this?
Power, it has the same effect on the brain that cocaine does. That's why they go together like that.
So just constantly searching for that high.
I'd just like to announce that I'm running for governor of California.
Nice.
Not gonna lie, I would love to do that.
What's that?
Governor.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little baggy thing. I think that was, well, it was a napkin, but
you want to taste?
I just feel like, you know, because I always think about it, I'm like, could this dynamic actually change? But I feel like anyone gets to that point where they're in any sort of position of power, and then someone just maybe comes like, hey, what about this? You know, we can give you this if you keep doing that.
No, there's mechanisms in place to ensure that if you get to that level of power, you're not really effective at doing anything other than.
So do you think the dynamic ever changes?
I think the dynamic, it's similar to this thing called Amara's law, which is it has to do with technology. And Amara's law is the idea that technology is overestimated in the short term and underestimated in the long term. So for example, with AI comes out and everybody's like, oh my God, AI is changing everything. Turns out AI is not really changing everything. It's just a better search engine. However, long term, people probably, even the top tier people that are like thinking about AI all the time, they probably don't have a vision for what this technology is going to do to our civilization long term. So like similarly with political change, I think that the change, it probably comes less from immediate short term action, the type of thing that people think you need to do political change. And it probably comes from like weird left field, unexpected, asymmetrical things. Like Bitcoin, I think is a good example. Like Bitcoin, I think is going to sneak up and change a lot of
because it's not being as controlled.
Because with Bitcoin, you can't print more money.
Right. There's only so much of it.
Yeah, and the printing of the money is what's used to finance war and all these various.
Yeah, but what happens when the government just regulates Bitcoin? Somebody has to. That's a strange thing.
That's a threat. The regulatory capture of Bitcoin is a threat, and that's like a fight that people who are into Bitcoin are going to have to keep fighting.
Do you think that ever happens?
I think it's possible, but the reason that wouldn't happen is because the sort of rich insiders like BlackRock, they've built and are continuing to build their Bitcoin position, and once those types of people have it, they're not going to want to see it devalued. Which I think if you mandated some change to the base protocol layer of Bitcoin and somehow were able to enforce it, I think it would just be mayhem and everybody would dump it and move on to like Solana or not even care about cryptocurrency anymore.
What is he even talking about? Don't you need a majority of the people who are working on Bitcoin in order to fork the project? How do you just change the base layer of Bitcoin?
It's a game theoretic thing that's like morphing over time, and it's hard to see what the future is, but I believe in it long term.
Yeah.
I bought all my Haktua coin.
Oh, you did that?
Yeah. I can't wait till it
comes back. Yeah, I don't know.
Coming back any day now.
I don't know, man. That might be now.
You think so? You think I should sell now?
I mean,
I'm holding.
Oh, I'm holding.
Yeah.
Diamond hands.
Yeah. Diamond hands.
Diamond hands on 2 points. You guys are crazy.
Yeah, man.
So do you have this conversation a lot? Do you find yourself having this conversation a lot? Not about crypto, but about this power dynamics in the US.
About race type. I mean, all this stuff. I like to avoid it, but it's like kind of hard to avoid when there's fucking riots popping off 20 minutes away. So I understand.
Yeah. Do you plan to go visit any of the riots?
We were just like probably 5-10 blocks away. We were in.
I just came from there, bro. Yeah. It was awesome, man. We were throwing rocks. Man, you know what I mean? It was
you were throwing rocks?
Yeah, we killed a cop. It was awesome.
I was waving it. I was on top of the Waymo. Man, those Waymos burned them all.
Yeah, those things, man. Set them up. Just light them up.
Good times. No, you did. He was a star, bro. He was a star.
He was dancing. He was dancing on the
incident. I took some cop's gun out of his.
Skateboard, bro. They shot him 12 times. Okay, with the rubber bullets. He walked it off. Look at him like a boss.
Yeah, he's got the Filipino flag. It's like a Mexican flag.
Okay, I don't care. Spar.